Hi everyone, Lauren L. here, President of Republican Atheists. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wanted to talk about this Act Blue conundrum, this viral story that took off about Black Lives Matter, about how people who are making a financial contribution to Black Lives Matter, it's actually going through a service called Act Blue. And so I've done some research on this, and I do have to say, before you make a donation to an organization, even if they present themselves as nonpartisan, do research and see what kind of service they're using for their financial contribution or their donation service. It's really important to look into this because I'm finding that as I look into Act Blue, I found that Act Blue is a service kind of like PayPal or Square where you can make a financial contribution to an organization. And what Act Blue does is it charges on each financial contribution. So it charges 3.95% on every transaction that takes place. So everyone who's making a financial contribution to Black Lives Matter, it is charging a percentage on each transaction, and it's going to Act Blue. And when I looked into Act Blue, I saw right on its website, it said, powering Democratic candidates, committees, parties, organizations, and C4s around the country. So clearly, Act Blue is a service to funnel funding to Democrats. And it also says billions raised since 2004. So Act Blue's been around for a long time now. And what was most surprising to me was I actually was able to go through the directory on Act Blue's website. You can go there. The directory lists all the candidates that are using it, as well as organizations. Now, I understand it makes sense that Democratic candidates will use this service for their campaigns, but the organization part is what really was appalling to me, and I find this to just be incredible sneakery. That's what I call it, because a lot of organizations I found listed in the directory for Act Blue, they come off as organizations that would be nonpartisan. And I went to a website for one of them, and it did say nonpartisan, but little do we know is that they're actually using a contribution service that part of your contribution goes to this Act 4 company. And so I just wanted to name a couple organizations that I found on it that I think we wouldn't think is supporting a partisan financial transferring service. So Southern Poverty Law Center uses Act Blue. An organization called Center for Biological Diversity. There's actually a lot of environmental organizations I found that are using this. And I know in a sense it's like, well, obviously they're going to support Democratic candidates in the long run, but I mean, many environmental organizations and conservation organizations present themselves as nonpartisan to the public. And let's see, there is Black Lives COVID-19 Mutual Aid Fund. So even COVID-19 funding is for Black Lives Matter is actually a part of this Act Blue service, which I thought was crazy. Save Our Schools Arizona. Again, I looked at this website, it said nonpartisan, but your funding, part of your funding going to this organization, if you give them a donation online, is going to a Democratic service or a service that's supporting Democratic candidates. Breast Cancer Prevention Partners, Grand Canyon's Wildlands, NAACP uses it. I saw American Atheists was using it. And so again, before you give money online to an organization, see if they're connected to this, because a percentage of your funding is going to go to this service, and it's raised billions of dollars since 2004, so that's a lot of money going towards Act Blue. All right, so if you have any other information, please let me know. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support. It's been so great to see Republican Atheists grow over the years and gain support from people across the country. All kinds of people have been reaching out to the organization. It's been really great. Thanks a lot. Take care.